Ah yes, I love this notebook. Unicorns are real. That they are. Okay. Hello. I'm guessing you took an application form online. Did you fill all that out and submit it? Okay, so you should have got the email anyway, with all the information you need to know. But just to fill you in on the details, I've just been looking for volunteers who can come in, who are willing to let me draw them, draw like a portrait of them, whether that be more like the cartoony style or more like realism. So if I was to draw you today, would you prefer me to make you like a cartoony caricature kind of portrait, or would you like it to look more realistic? Cartoony. Okay, no problem. So could I just take your name? Okay. Okay, and your last name? Okay. Okay, so if you just sit back, relax, for now it doesn't really matter what faces you want to make. I'm just after like the head shape and the face shape to begin with, and then we'll work on the facial features afterwards, if that's okay. Okay. I may also at some point have to get a little bit more up close and personal, possibly like touch your face here and there, because I'm just trying to get like the measurements and the proportions right, if that's okay. So before going into the session, do I have your consent to touch your face, basically? Okay. Okay, let's get started then. You just make yourself comfortable. I also apologise, this is quite a quiet area, but you might hear one or two cars. I do apologise. Okay, where to begin? If we just start with like basic shapes, and then we can just work from there. So I'm just going to do like a little gentle pencil strokes to begin with, because you don't want to press down too hard. If you press down too hard with the pencil, you often find it's too difficult to erase the mistakes later on. Whereas if you're just pressing down lightly, you can always erase it later. Okay. I'm gonna go like this. So, tell me about yourself. What are your hobbies? Okay. And how often do you do that? Okay. Yeah, I quite enjoy that myself. I've always, I suppose the only downside when it comes to art and creating is that it doesn't really leave me with an awful lot of time to carry out like my other hobbies. Because like one piece of art can be quite time consuming, but I do enjoy it. It is a passion of mine, so I can't complain. I have the privilege of doing something I love as a job, so that's always an added bonus that not a lot of people can say nowadays, so I'm just grateful. Okay. Yeah, I'm just working on a basic shape still. Okay. Just gonna add a little bit of detailing at the top. Need to rub that bit out. If we just go like this. Yes, I do live with family members. I don't live on my own. I'd like to live on my own one day. I think if I was to move out, I'd probably like a house share. I don't know what it is, it's just like the idea of being on my own does scare me a little. Do you live on your own? You do? What's it like? Do you not do like, I heard that like people that live on their own, they kind of all have one thing in common, and that is when you're at the top of the stairs and you turn the light off and then you run down the stairs. Have you done that? I'm not gonna lie, I've done that and I still live with my parents. It's quite funny. Like, it's like I've started an earthquake and then they come running to the bottom of the stairs thinking that I've fallen down or something. But yeah, fun times. But yeah. Oh, that wasn't a very good circle. I can always tidy it up if it looks a little bit messy. Here comes a car. But yeah, are you into art yourself then, or? Yeah? You'll have to show me some of your artwork, maybe. What sort of things do you draw then? Are you like, do you like drawing the portraits, or are you more of like, what's your sort of art style? Okay. So you're more into like just, drawing your surroundings, I'm guessing. Like nature and, yeah. I did that when I was younger. I actually went on a trip, I can't remember the name of the place, but I went on like a residential stay for like a week, and the nature there is absolutely beautiful. And we had our little sketch pads and our selection of different pencils. It was amazing. And I would sit on one of their benches during the lunch break, and I remembered one time I was drawing in detail what the little pond looked like, with all the little ducks and the reeds and everything like that. And it was, I don't know how to describe the area, but it was like, it was just wooden boards up to a certain point, like a little bridge, but it wasn't a bridge. I don't know how to describe it, but it was really, really pretty. Honestly, like, yeah, I do enjoy nature. It's one of those things where I'm not extroverted, but like, if I was on my own with nature, I would be happy, if that makes sense. Yeah, I mean, at least you don't judge. I've told people that before and they've just called me a hippie, so. But then again, people that tend to call other people hippies are just saying that because they're not in tune with nature, you know, they're not in tune. Okay. Yeah, that's understandable. I'm guessing you don't like it when it's like really hot weather, or... Yeah, I'm not much of a lover when it comes to the hot weather personally. I just can't relax when it's hot out. I prefer like, not cold, but like, I do like it when it's a cooler day, you know, when it's really sunny out, but like, it's still overcast and it's very chilly, you know. I like that, like a cold, brisk day. That would be like my ideal kind of thing, and then you can just come home and wrap yourself in a blanket, or, you know, because basically 9 times out of 10 when I'm at home, I just live in my jumper anyway, so I would just like stick on a heavy like woolen jumper, crack out the hot chocolate, you know, just all of that. It's just so cozy. Yeah. But I do notice that, I don't know if you struggle with this, I know quite a lot of people do. I have something called SAD, or seasonal affective disorder. So like it's like depressive episodes around winter time, or whenever there's not a great deal of sunlight. Like it's literally in the name, seasonal affective disorder, because the amount of sunlight you get is usually what triggers. Yeah. Do you get that as well then? Yeah, I mean, all my friends used to take the mick at me for it. They're just like, oh, be prepared for her to be depressed for the next God knows how long. I mean, I did feel bad for them. I certainly am not easy to deal with when I'm like that. Yeah, I get that. Okay, I'm just going to shade in like so. Yeah, I get that. So what do you do for like, you know, work and stuff? What's your profession? Okay. Do you enjoy doing that? Yeah, I suppose that's the only problem, isn't it? It's like, nowadays a lot of people that are working don't enjoy their jobs, you know? That's the only downfall, but I suppose at the end of the day, like, unfortunately, most people adopt the mentality of money's money. A lot of people don't really care where they get it from. Just as long as they can, you know, pay their rent. It's kind of sad. Yeah. I suppose my ideal place to live, if I didn't get a house share, I would probably get like a little mobile home. You know how you can get those like little mobile caravan homes? Like, I'd try and find a plot of land for that, and then I would just live in a caravan. It just sounds so cozy. I can't even drive, but it'd just be nice to live there, you know? But then again, if you learned to drive and you had a caravan home, that would be amazing, because you could just travel to so many places. Okay. Yeah, exactly. Once again, it just kind of ties back into my love of nature. My friend, she'd always wanted to get a horse as a pet. You know, it's been her biggest dream since she was just a tiny child. And I said to her, one day if we ever live together, you know, we'll get a horse and a stable and, you know, whatever else we need. I know they cost a lot though. I mean, you're looking at least about 1,500, depending on, but for like your average priced horse, you're looking at about £1,500, and that's not including any costs for food, where it's going to stay, whether or not you have to rent out the field that it's going to stay on, you know, all that jazz. All the vet bills, horseshoes, saddles, because you're not going to get a horse and then not ride it, you know. But yeah, I mean, we'll figure it out one day. We just need to be like financially secure, you know. We want to be living in like a house with a nice, you know, back area if we was to do something like that, because it's all well and good owning a horse, but if you have to go all the way to like out into a field to see your horse, you know, it's not always convenient. Whereas if it's, you know, if you can get like a plot of land, or you have a plot of land on your property for the horse to stay in, and then you can just build like a little, not barn, what's the right word, a stable, because it's quite often more effective to DIY a stable than it is to try and get someone else to do it or buy one, or, you know. Yeah, exactly. I'm not really a fan of the shading that I just did. I'm just going to get rid of that. But yeah, you get what I mean. It's, yeah. Would you get any pets if you could? Do you have any pets? Oh, you have a bird? I've actually got an Xbox friend who has a bird. When I've got like my little headset on to talk to them, their bird is constantly, it's not a parrot, but I don't know the name of it, but it does talk, and it is playful, and you can hear it, not screaming, but like, you know what I mean, it sounds like it's screaming. And so sometimes when the bird is really hyper, or you can hear it straight in your ears because you're wearing this headset, is the bird screaming. It's quite funny. But yeah, no, I can see how, you know, that would be quite comical. Okay, so I just want to go over this with pen really quickly, if that's okay. But yeah, it's like, I don't know, I don't think I would ever get a bird personally. It's not even the noise that bothers me, but I'm not very good when it comes to things that fly, because I'm always like, it's the same with, I know it's not the same principle, like birds are a lot bigger than insects, but I'm very afraid of anything that flies, because I'm worried about the potential of it getting in my face. So when it comes to bugs, even like pretty ones like butterflies and moths and stuff like that, I'm just scared of all of that because it can fly and it can get in your face. Like, I'm more terrified of butterflies than I am spiders. I hate spiders with a passion, but spiders can't fly. Like, and believe it or not, I prefer when I can see a spider against when I can't. Like, I'm fine when I can see it. If you know it's there and then it vanishes, that's when it's, you know. But yeah, no, I get what you mean. Is it a really colourful bird as well? Yeah. Oh, what colour is it? Oh, that is really pretty actually. Have you still got my phone number? Yeah, I was going to say you should send me like a photo of him. No, it does sound adorable, to be honest. My dream pet, if I could have, if they were domesticatable, if you could get them domesticated, I don't know if that's the right word, but if you could get them to be tame, is what I guess I'm trying to say, is I would get a fox or a squirrel. Like, if you could tame them, if you could actually have them as household pets, I would get a fox or a squirrel. Yeah, I've always found foxes to be very cute. Like, I go out and on my garden, about 10 o'clock every single night, we go out and feed the foxes, and badgers as well, and basically all of the cats in our neighbourhood. It's quite funny. But yeah, we go out and feed the foxes, and we'll open the door, and it's basically like 2 or 3 of them sitting on our doorstep. And when I say they nearly always enter our house, it's quite funny. We actually had a fox enter our house once. We also had a duck come in one time. We had a duck enter our conservatory, and it didn't want to leave. We almost had a badger come in. The badgers they're not scary, but the badgers over here are quite big. They can be vicious, but only if you like scare them. As long as you don't scare them, they're not that bad. But I actually saw a load of badgers as well when I went on my residential stay. And I also, on my residential stay, I don't know if I mentioned, I actually caught a field mouse. Have you seen the little field mice? They're so cute, aren't they? Yeah, I love them. We had to make like a little a mouse hotel kind of thing for them to stay in. And then we left them out overnight, and we checked the next morning, and me and my partner of the time actually caught a field mice. And then we took it into the class. We drew like little diagrams of the mice, and labelled all the different parts, and learnt everything there is to know about field mice basically. And then we sent it back into the wild, into the wilderness. But yeah, it was a very cute mice, or mouse. I keep saying mouse and mice in the wrong context. I'm almost done, by the way. Almost done. But yeah, I just want to say, thank you for coming in today. It does mean a lot, because unfortunately you don't always get like a lot of volunteers for stuff like this. One last final touch. It's not the tidiest piece of work, this is just like a sketch, but we can always see if you like it, and then if you do, I can make you a tidier version. But what do you think of, are you ready? I think you're gonna like it. Are you ready? What do you think of your portrait? Do you like it? I think that is a very true likeness, don't you think? I think it's perfect. There we go. See, that's you. The tripod. Yes, I'm so glad you like it. I will, while you're gone, I will get another version of that, all like tidy, and I'll take my time on it and try and make it really come to life. But yes, thank you for volunteering to come in and let me draw your portrait today. You never know, maybe we can do this again sometime. And don't forget to send me a picture of your bird. I really want to see. It sounds like the cutest thing. But yeah, thank you so much, and I hope that I will see you again.